A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does, he prunes, so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. The Gospel of the Lord.
In this Easter season, the Church continues to meditate and celebrate the presence of the risen Lord in her midst as the source of life and the essence of her journey in history. In today's Gospel, Jesus defines himself as the true vine. The risen one in the life of the Church is the vine, and the disciples are like the branches that draw life from him. A very beautiful image with very clear invitations for us. First of all, the need to remain united with Jesus in order to have life. Jesus said, "Remain in me." This is the relationship between the branches and the vine. Branches remain alive thanks to the sap they receive from the vine. Separated from Jesus, our lives can be fruitless and meaningless. However, we need to understand the imagery better. Why compare the bond between Jesus and his disciples to the branches and the vine? What does this bond consist of? What is the sap that flows from the vine to the branches? Jesus speaks of a true vine. He is the true vine as opposed to the false vine. But, especially in the Hebrew culture, from which the Jewish Christian scriptures are born, the true corresponds to what we could define as faithful. Therefore, we could say that Jesus identifies himself as the faithful vine. Jesus, the true vine, is a faithful vine. And he is faithful in the sense that he is the Son, obedient to the Father, the one who did God's will and gave his life to the end, making it a masterpiece of love and freedom. So the sap that flows from the vine to the branches and keeps them alive is precisely this faithfulness. For us, faithfulness is the possibility to be children of the Father in the Son, to live the same principle of life that Jesus lived in his relationship with God and his brothers and sisters. This is the fruit that the disciples of Jesus and all of us can bear if we remain united with Him as the branch to the vine. The fruit in which God is glorified in our lives. A life that reveals how this glory of God is at work in the life of all who believe and shines before the eyes of all. This is the Paschal fruit, the Paschal gift that the liturgy of this fifth Sunday of Easter celebrates, and that we must keep in our life. Sharing in Jesus' bread and His cup in the Eucharist, we too are in communion with this fidelity, united to Him like the branches to the vine, to bear fruit, and to become our life, our response to the song of love that God sings for His vineyard.